Now, more constitutional organizations and entities continue to express their sentiments in line with the recent Azimio la Umoja protests. And today, the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights, KNCHR, has met to highlight some of the human rights that have been breached during these protests and their preferred calls to action. Our reporter Whitney Akinyi has more.
The Kenya National Human Rights Commission has today joined in condemning the unwarranted violence and human rights violations that Kenyans are being subjected to following the weekly protest called by the opposition Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition. Speaking at a press conference in their headquarters in Nairobi, the Commission's chair Roslyn Odede condemned the banning of places of worship and called upon Interreligious Council of Kenya to put in place mechanisms to promote tolerance. The plea for religious tolerance is coming just a day after a church, a mosque and some adjacent properties was set ablaze in Kibera constituency shortly after the protest took place in the area. The Human Rights Commission is further also calling upon Kenyans to respect and uphold each other's rights to religion, belief and opinion.
We, the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights, condemn in the strongest terms the banning of places of worship and urge the Interreligious Council of Kenya and other faith-based institutions to put in place mechanisms, programs and activities that will promote tolerance and reconciliation between the communities and faiths involved. The Commission notes that the common mwananchi continues to bear the brunt. They suffer physically and financially.
At the same time, Odede has castigated the attacks on journalists in the country as media houses continue to count losses following the damage of their vehicles and robbery of their equipment as they cover the protests. Odede has called upon the National Police to provide security and protection for members of the press covering the demonstrations, further urging civilians to accord the journalists respect and avoid attacking them.
It is evidently clear that journalists now find themselves in precarious situations where the security officers and demonstrators view them as adversaries in the course of their duties, rather than purveyors of public information. We, the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights, therefore call on the National Police Service to provide security and protection to all journalists covering the demonstrations in line with the Constitution.
Meanwhile, the Human Rights Commission boss has revealed a detailed report on shootings and killings of 3 persons in Kisumu, among other casualties in various parts of the country, all allegedly by the police. The commission is calling upon the police to protect all persons during the protest. The lobby group is further calling upon the Police and Policing Oversight Authority (IPOA) to conduct thorough investigations on the killings and bring the perpetrators to justice.
The Commission has documented the shooting of at least 3 persons allegedly killed by the police in Kisumu County. KNCHR is further investigating other reported incidences of deaths. Every life is sacrosanct, and no person should lose his or her life during such incidences. We also call upon the National Police Service and IPOA to conduct thorough investigations into the killings and to bring perpetrators to justice.
Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Whitney Akinyi.